Hey guys, today I'm reviewing some of the more interesting weight loss hacks found on the internet. And I'm going to tell you whether I think they are worth your time or if I'd skip them completely. Some are going to be actually validated by science. Some are going to be things that I use with my clients to see real results. And my take on the last one will probably surprise you. So let's get into worth it or skip it. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Megan. I have a master's in health and chronic disease. I've been a certified personal trainer for over 15 years now, and I've worked in some of the top functional health clinics, gyms, and even my private consulting business to help people lose weight, feel their best, gain muscle, and ultimately take control of their health. Okay, let's go. So the first weight loss hack we're going to talk about today is the sauna. And that specifically is that sitting in a sauna, regular sauna use is going to help the scale move faster. And before we get into the benefits of a sauna and how it really can help you lose weight, let's get one thing clear. You do not lose weight by sweating. In fact, your body predominantly burns fat through breathing. And to make it very short and simple, I will say that fat is oxidized for energy. And most leaves the body as carbon dioxide, and some will leave it as sweat or water. But that's all you really need to know about that is if you go in a sauna and then you weigh yourself afterwards, what the scale reflects is not going to be fat loss. It's going to be water weight. So let's clear that up first. But, and this is where it gets really interesting and why I recommend sauna usage for a lot of my clients looking to lose weight and be healthier, because there are many ways that regular sauna use can help you lose body fat more effectively and quicker. And you may ask me, okay, so I go in a sauna a few times a week. How is that going to help me lose body fat? Well, first, this can help our stress. When we are overly stressed and when we have a cortisol imbalance, our body is more likely to store body fat around our midsection. Regular sauna use in research has been shown to balance our cortisol or stress response, which then can help our body store less fat around its midsection. So it's a little bit of an indirect effect, but considering most of my clients are undernourished and not taking time for themselves, if someone asks me, could a 20-minute sauna session 3 times a week help me lose body fat? I will emphatically say yes. The second thing to know is that when you are in a sauna, your heart rate elevates as you get hotter, as you sweat. This is automatically going to have you burn more fat than if you were just laying in your bed or sitting on your couch. So the body is actually working harder to cool itself in that moment. And it gives us a little mild calorie burn. And this small calorie burn can be similar to maybe the walk or the elliptical session that you don't want to do for 20 minutes. Now, points 3 and 4 about how regular sauna use can help you lose weight boils down to better recovery and better sleep. Better recovery because it helps blood flow, and the blood flow gets to our muscles and helps us recover faster, which helps us stay consistent with our workouts, and also more gains, shorter time frame. And the fourth point is that saunas are related to better sleep. And when we sleep better, our muscles grow quicker, we burn fat better, we handle stress better, which leads to a smaller midsection, and it helps cravings throughout the day, because if you've watched any of my content, you know that if you don't sleep well, you crave things the next day, and you're probably not craving vegetables and protein. The big takeaway here is that regular sauna sessions, I'm talking 20, 30 minutes, 3 times a week, can help with better recovery, better sleep, which helps us have control of our cravings. And then in the bigger picture, it can burn a little bit more calories in that moment versus just sitting around doing nothing. And it helps our cortisol balance, our stress hormone balance, which can help us decrease body fat, especially in the midsection. So if you're asking me, is regular sauna usage worth it? If I want to decrease body fat, specifically around my midsection, I'm going to say absolutely. Because it helps these systems that promote fat burning quickly and very effectively. And you don't have to carve out time to go to a sauna 3 times a week. There's a lot of great infrared sauna blankets. I'll link to them in the description. I use mine 3 to 4 times a week, and it has changed my athletic recovery, my sleep, and my stress dramatically. So check the links in the description if you're not sure about which sauna blanket might be the right option for you. Okay, weight loss hack number 2 is going to be front loading your day with protein. And the claim here is that eating a protein-rich breakfast will help you lose weight. You might be saying, well, if I'm eating more at breakfast, how is that going to help me lose weight? Well, I'm glad you asked. Protein in the morning within 1 to 2 hours of waking up has been shown to help us decrease cravings throughout the day, increase satiety, meaning you feel fuller, easier, stabilizes blood sugar, which means you're not having these drastic up and downs, which can affect energy and again, cravings. It also helps us to preserve and build lean muscle mass, which is metabolic gold. When I first meet with a client and they tell me basically they have coffee and they run out the door and they are intermittent fasting, they're skipping their first meal. It's not a true intermittent fast for their health. It's convenience. They don't want to sit down. They don't want to eat the protein. And then between 2 and 3, their energy is crashing and they're eating everything in sight because they're in such a caloric deficit. They didn't prepare. And then their body is saying, hey, we need nutrients, we need calories, we need protein. What are you doing? Not to mention going long periods of time not eating, surviving on caffeine, probably skipping even basic needs like water. That's going to drive cortisol too. And an imbalanced cortisol response, as we know, leads to more midsection fat. Okay? So what do we eat for breakfast? Well, eggs, if good quality dairy is tolerated, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, maybe a smoothie. And my personal favorite thing to teach you is breakfast doesn't have to look like breakfast. So often we think of breakfast as pancakes, cereals, grains, all of this fruit, when really I'm looking at that and I'm like, that's dessert. That's not breakfast. Make breakfast look like real food. Have a protein source, a meat, a fish, eggs, good quality dairy. If you get at least 30 grams of protein in that breakfast, you are going to feel a lot better throughout the day. You're going to have a lot more control on what you eat. And that in turn is going to lead to faster weight loss, better muscle gain, improved metabolism, and you'll probably feel a little better throughout the day, energy-wise and mood-wise as well. So front loading the day with protein, absolutely worth it. This is going to create success for later in the day and it's repeatable. And creating success, having control of your cravings and making something repeatable, that's what long-term fat loss looks like. So 1000% worth it. Front loading your day with protein if you are not eating first thing in the morning or if your breakfast looks like a frappuccino and a donut. All right. Weight loss hack number 3. It's all about GLP-1s. This is a big one. This is a huge one, guys. And I'm pretty confident GLP-1s aren't going anywhere. So get that in your head. And the big hack of it all is that a GLP-1 is the easy way out. There's a little bit of a blame game going in both directions. However, for the right person, under proper medical supervision, a GLP-1 can be pretty life-changing. Let's be honest, losing weight is tough. It could be overwhelming thinking of changing an entire lifestyle. Maybe you weren't raised eating healthy foods. Maybe you don't even know what healthy foods look like. Maybe you didn't grow up playing sports. I can relate. So if someone is so overwhelmed, sometimes a GLP-1 can help bridge that gap and support them in making the right choices. Especially if someone is morbidly obese, has insulin resistance, or a lot of other comorbidities that can layer on top and make it even more difficult or discouraging to lose weight. The benefits for GLP-1s are very real, but so are the mistakes, which lead to bigger issues. So let's talk about when GLP-1 is a worth it or a skip it thing. If you are willing to make changes, to learn how to eat better, if you have the support system of someone who is experienced in nutrition and lifestyle habits so that weight loss sticks after you end the GLP-1, a GLP-1 might be right for you. You should talk to your doctor, to your medical professional. However, if you are not willing to make lifestyle changes in how you eat, how you live, your stress, your sleep, your exercise, I do not think a GLP-1 is right for you. That is my take on it. I coach plenty of clients who are on GLP-1s. And I make it so that when they go off the GLP-1, because the goal is to not be on this GLP-1 forever, the goal is to get off the GLP-1 and then maintain the success you had that the GLP-1 gave you a little assistance for. If you're not ready to do the work and learn the foundations, a GLP-1 is not right for you. I would skip it for those people because you're probably going to undereat, you're going to lose muscle, there's the danger of osteoporosis, thyroid dysfunction, hormonal issues because you're not eating right. Your nutrients are going to tank, your hormones are going to tank, and then if you go off the GLP-1, it's going to be even harder to lose the weight. So as far as worth it or skip it, if you are willing to learn the foundations for long after you are off the GLP-1, if you have a good medical professional and the right coaching, a GLP-1 might be worth it for you, especially if you have a lot of weight to lose and you are often discouraged by the journey that this is. If you are someone who is looking for a quick fix and you don't want to learn what it takes to keep your body going and being healthier throughout your entire life, I would skip it for a GLP-1. And the fascinating thing that most people don't realize is your body already makes the GLP-1 hormone, and you can actually hack it so that your body creates more GLP-1 and aids you in weight loss, which will aid you in helping to lose body fat quicker and more effectively. So you may ask, what supports the body's ability to naturally produce GLP-1? Protein, healthy foods, fiber, gut health. Certain levels in your gut microbiome lend itself to better GLP-1 production. So your gut health should be in check. Your sleep better be in order. Strength training and even intermittent fasting, but eating the right nutrients during your feeding window all support GLP-1 production naturally in the body. And that's going to be its own video. So if you want to learn more about how to make your body produce more GLP-1 to support your body's ability to produce GLP-1, whether you're on the medication or not, subscribe to this channel because that is going to be a very informative video. So GLP-1, worth it? With context, right person, right guidance, or else you're setting yourself up for a heck of a lot of health concerns later down the line. All right, guys, so comment which weight loss hack do you want me to cover next? And if you want more science-backed metabolism content without the extra fluff, hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.